I had the feeling going into tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw that this was going to be a very newsworthy show and there was going to be a lot to talk about coming out of tonight's show. And wouldn't you know, we have a lot to talk about. And it's why I'm here tonight. So we're going to talk about a couple things that happened on Monday Night Raw. I kind of just want to get right into it, get right into the pieces of what happened tonight. So, gonna get the promotional stuff out of the way right now. If you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and check out the recent content here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. All the vlogs from WrestleMania weekend are gonna be up forever. So be sure to go ahead and check them out. I'll put up night 1 and night two's vlog at the end of the video so you guys can go check it out. I'm going to categorize it all together. When I make WWE videos, you'll have previous WWE videos at the end. When I make AEW videos, you'll have previous AEW videos at the end. Gonna categorize WWE with AEW. I do have an announcement this week about something that I am starting with two very good friends of mine in the wrestling community. And we're going to start it very, very soon. And I'm going to make a tweet about it on Wednesday. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited for what we're doing here on the channel. And we've got so much more coming up here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. As we're in the spring, we're going into the summer in 2 months. We got Dynasty on Sunday. We got Backlash in a couple weeks. Without further ado, let's get into it. This was a very good episode of Monday Night Raw tonight from Montreal. I'm kind of just waiting for the draft, but I'm also seeing what's happening after WrestleMania as we go into the post-WrestleMania era. And tonight, we're going to talk about the opening first. Let's talk about Rhea Ripley, because obviously this was the big news of the day. And when I saw a tweet about Rhea Ripley being injured, I thought it was from a fake news website. It was not a fake news website. It was directly from PW Insider, who broke the news that Rhea Ripley got injured in the backstage attack by Liv Morgan last week, and it's a severe enough injury where she might have to drop the title as soon as tonight. Well, tonight, Adam Pearce was out in the ring, and Rhea Ripley went out there, and she dropped the title. As soon as you see Rhea Ripley walk out there, she looks so depressed, and she's got a sling on her arm. You knew instantly she was out there to relinquish her women's championship. Liv Morgan was getting booed throughout the entire night, whether she came out in the arena during the segment or she had a backstage interview. Rhea Ripley got bullshit chants for having her to relinquish the title, and she got thank you mommy chants, and then she got a big ovation once they played on the Titantron, her hugging the Judgment Day backstage. So I'm thinking this right here is the double turn between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. This was an executed double turn right here, so Liv Morgan can go heel. And by the time Rhea Ripley gets back, she said months. We don't know how long that could be. That could be 3 months. It could be 4 months. She might be back in time for SummerSlam. It could be not until after SummerSlam. She could get back in the fall by football season. We don't know. But WWE already has a storyline lined up for Rhea Ripley right when she gets back. And this is just bad timing. Not because she was in the middle of a year's reign as the women's world champion, but her reign was just getting good. Before she started feuding with Nia Jax, her feud was forgettable. I honestly couldn't tell you an opponent that she wrestled for that championship. I think she wrestled Natalya on 2 straight pay-per-views, which was absolutely god-awful. And that's how bad her reign in the beginning was. And then we entered this year. She feuds with Nia Jax going into Perth, Australia at Elimination Chamber. She main events against Nia Jax in a good match, and she beats Nia Jax. And then she goes into a feud with Becky Lynch that they've been building since December. And they had a great match. If you ask me, I thought that was better than Io Sky versus Bayley. I preferred Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. That was the better match, in my opinion. And they had a great match, and it was about a 60-40 crowd. The crowd was 60% for Rhea and 40% for Becky. Rhea retained, and boom, we're going into a feud with Liv Morgan at Backlash, and then this happens. And it's just a shame because this is when her reign as the champion was getting good. The draft is about to happen. Maybe she's going to feud with Bianca Belair in the next coming months. We don't know. And now that's all out of the question. And she's gone. So the question is, what now? Considering you already have a storyline in place for her when she gets back, I would give Liv Morgan this championship. Give a heel Liv Morgan a run with the Women's World Championship for a little bit. Have her absolutely obsessed over Rhea Ripley, just the same way Drew McIntyre's been obsessed over CM Punk when he's been injured. Liv Morgan is obsessed over Rhea Ripley, and then guess what? When Rhea Ripley comes back, Rhea Ripley is pissed off. She has her own revenge tour on Liv Morgan, and we're picking right back up where we left off between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and that title will be nice and shiny for Rhea Ripley when she gets back from her injury. Wishing her nothing but the best. I don't know how long she's going to be out for, but right now, it's Liv Morgan's time. She's a heel. I would capitalize on that. And then you have Liv and Rhea for the Women's World Championship with Liv as the champion, with Rhea taking the title as she gets back from her injury, from her shoulder injury. So, that was the opening segment. That was probably the biggest thing that happened on the show tonight. Another huge thing that happened was the main event. The main event on this show was Chad Gable challenging Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship in Montreal. And Chad Gable, he mentored Sami Zayn going into the match at WrestleMania against Gunther, and Chad Gable has came up short 3 times previously for the Intercontinental Championship, and this was his 4th shot at that championship. He lost. They had a great match. The match was really good, and they had 2 commercial breaks, this is something I don't like about WWE. Then I'm going to get into something that I love about WWE. Televised matches. Okay? Televised matches. You get about 2 minutes of action. A big spot happens, like a dive onto the outside. The wrestler's going crazy or the wrestler's getting booed. And they go right into commercial break 2 minutes into the match. I'm like, I'm just sinking my teeth into this, man. I'm just trying to get invested. And automatically, immediately, you're going to send me to commercial break? Hell no, man. Hell no. I hate that so much. But what I love is the production from WWE is so top tier to anything that I see outside of the new 3D cameras that they use in like the NFL and the MLB. When a player comes out to bat or the offense comes out to the field, those cameras I love. But these shots from WWE, these one transition shots, it's beautiful. So they have Jey Uso up in the crowd, and he's walking in the concourse, and he's got these fans all up in his ass. This one fan stands directly in his way. This geek wants a selfie with Jey Uso. Jey Uso pushes him out the way lightly, and fuck that geek. Jey Uso's got to be somewhere, man. And he goes to the backstage area. Sami Zayn is standing right there. They're talking for a little bit. Sami Zayn dabs up Jey Uso. Then the next camera shot is the camera following Sami Zayn all the way out to the ring. He's walking through the concourse. He's walking through the Montreal crowd. And they're going absolute apeshit for Sami Zayn. That entrance was beautiful. The transition was a thing of beauty. And that's a new thing that I love in this Paul Levesque era in WWE. And it's one thing that's better in the Paul Levesque era compared to the Vince McMahon era. It's the production. The production's always been good. But I love a taste of what this is. But the main event, really good match. Exactly how most predicted. Sami Zayn retained the Intercontinental Championship in Montreal. Chad Gable was going to get pissed off, and he turned heel. That's exactly what happened. Chad Gable turned heel at the end of the match, right after Sami Zayn kissed his wife, and heel Gable, I'm here for it. We'll talk about it in a bit. The heel turn itself, poorly executed in my opinion. I know I'm not the only one because I've seen it on Twitter, but that heel turn was poorly executed. I don't know what it was, but the whole thing just looked sloppy. From Gable trying to grab Sami Zayn for the German suplex to the outside, it felt like that took a long time. Throwing Sami over the announce table in slow motion, throwing Sami right into the ring. The top rope ankle lock, that was nice. That visual was nice when he had to get Sami on the top rope and put him in the ankle lock on the top rope, and a bunch of referees came down and they broke it up. So part of me thinks this is a shame that this had to happen because Chad Gable had such a great story going into WrestleMania about why he should challenge Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. And he says, no disrespect to the rest of the talent, but to me, this just means more. And ever since Gunther defeated me in September on Monday Night Raw and made my daughter cry in the front row, I've thought about that moment every single day and thought how I want to put his smile on my daughter's face and take the smile away from him. This match just means more. And the fans got behind it. The fans really wanted to see Chad Gable complete that moment at WrestleMania. Chad Gable did not get that match at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn got that match at WrestleMania. And Sami Zayn went on to defeat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. And Chad Gable's a heel. So, Chad Gable had all this momentum, but WWE went with the better babyface in Sami Zayn. Because even as the champion, Sami Zayn can make you believe he is the underdog of the match. Now, what does this mean for Chad Gable? He's a heel on Monday Night Raw. Get him away from those goofs. Get him away from Maxine. Get him away from Tozawa. Get him away from Otis. And pair him up with the Creed brothers. They need to put Chad Gable with the Creed brothers. And that would be a nice little trio on Monday Night Raw, because the Creeds, they're good in their own right. And I think they would look fantastic alongside Chad Gable. So I'm anticipating a round 2 at Backlash between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. And I think at Backlash, Chad Gable is going to get his moment and win the Intercontinental title over Sami Zayn in the second match. So those were the two biggest things that happened on the show. Two more things I want to talk about briefly. Happy Sheamus is back. Written in My Face is back. Unbelievable. Love that song. Sheamus, very happy to see him. We literally just talked about the Intercontinental Championship. Bronson Reed's going to get a shot too eventually. Bronson Reed is going to lose his match to to Sami Zayn. That's my guess. He's going to wrestle Sami Zayn. Chad Gable is dropping. Chad Gable is winning the title against Sami Zayn. And then whenever it happens, Chad Gable is dropping the title to Sheamus. It needs to happen. Sheamus needs to win the Intercontinental Championship. He had his first match back tonight in 8 months. Solid match. Nothing too crazy. His chest was, of course, beat red at the end of the match when he did a backstage interview with Jackie Redmond. And Sheamus is a Hall of Famer. 17 years in WWE. And he looks great, man. He looked great. He needs to win that IC championship this year. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. I love Cody. I do. You guys know that. I've tweeted a couple times that Cody's one of my favorite wrestlers in the entire world. If I gave you 5 wrestlers that are my favorite in all professional wrestling right now, I'd tell you Cody Rhodes, Swerve Strickland, LA Knight, Will Ospreay, and Eddie Kingston. Those are my 5 favorite wrestlers in professional wrestling right now. Cody Rhodes' promo was not it tonight. Did not like that Cody Rhodes promo. It was basically a repeat of last week's promo, and we're repeating it this week again. You know, The Rock is gone. I love The Rock. I love the Final Boss. I can't wait for the Final Boss to come back. But he's gone. And he's going to be in Hollywood for numerous months. So here's my question. Why are we talking about The Rock when he's not going to be on WWE television? But Cody is not putting over LA Knight versus AJ Styles. He mentioned it for about 20 seconds, and boom, he got right into the Rock. Why? Why? He could have talked about their personal rivalry. He could have talked about their match at WrestleMania. He called LA Knight the fastest rising star in all WWE. Fuck, he could have went out there and talked about LA Knight's career in the WWE. He could have went out there and talked about the history between himself and AJ Styles, instead of talking about someone who's not going to be on television until at least the summer. It just felt like a gigantic waste of time and a missed opportunity to put over a big match on Friday between LA Knight and AJ Styles. Now, who's going to win that match? LA Knight won the match at WrestleMania. He got that big win in front of 70,000 people on Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday. He got his moment at WrestleMania. I actually think this would be a disservice to LA Knight if he lost yet another World Championship match on a PLE. So give this one to AJ Styles, because AJ Styles, we all know Cody's going to win this match. Cody's not dropping the title anytime soon. I think the earliest Cody drops this title is next year's WrestleMania. So there's no chance either of these guys are going to beat Cody Rhodes, but I would not put LA Knight in that match at Backlash because I think it would actually do him a disservice. AJ Styles, there's no damage. AJ Styles is bulletproof. AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the WWE. AJ Styles, you could call him a legend. He loses nothing from losing to Cody Rhodes. LA Knight does. So give AJ Styles the win on Friday. And the main event at Backlash is AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes, which, hey, that's going to be a great match. That would be a great, great match. So that's all I got for tonight. I knew something was going to happen. We got two big things that happened on the show tonight. So I wasn't going to waste my time talking about the entire show because there was a couple meaningless things on the show. But overall, very good stuff on Raw tonight. And I have an announcement to make on Wednesday. I'm going to tweet it out on Wednesday. And then I'm also going to explain it right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel on the Dynamite Review on Wednesday night, reviewing the go-home show before Dynasty on Wednesday. And it sucks because the Sixers playing game is on Wednesday, but I do not want to miss the go-home show for Dynasty. So I'm heading out. Have a good night. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts about everything that took place tonight. Follow me on Twitter, Conlin_Joseph, and I'm getting out of here. Have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. And I'm out. Peace.